Hi, Real Estate Moguls. JP Moses here. Welcome back to our engaging, ongoing conversation with Dan Nichols, my friend and one of our esteemed mogul advisors. Dan has been walking us gingerly through the process of getting unstuck. And if you've ever been stuck in your life or in your business and just felt like you know that you're not reaching your potential and you're being held back by something, but you don't know what it is, that is the purpose of this series. It's been to present a smorgasbord, however you say that word. It's to present you with a lot of options of things that hold us back commonly. And hopefully, if you've tuned into the previous lessons, then a lot of what we've covered has really made sense and resonated with you. Some will, some won't. It kind of depends because we're all different people. But today we're going to talk about one of the most, one of the simplest core stoppers, the things that stop us that exist in our core, but also one of the most common. So let me just hand off to you, Dan. Thank you for joining us again, by the way.
Glad to be here. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. And when I say simple, I mean this is one where I can give you a million examples, but once you hear the basic idea, you just kind of get it. But I will give examples because that'll help you to see areas that you might be employing it. And it's called the OMT paradox. And that is the belief that if you just have one more thing, then you'll have everything that you need to succeed. And I think most of us know that that's completely not accurate at this point in our life. We're like, oh, come on, really? Yeah. If I just had $300,000, and this is the one I love to use. If you got the cook in the back of the kitchen and he's been working for this restaurant for 20 years, he said, when I get $300,000, then I'll start my own restaurant. You think, dude, you haven't got it in the last 20. Why do you think you're going to get it now? Maybe instead invent a better way to get the money, a different way, or come up with a new paradigm, a new way of approaching your problem. So Zig Ziglar always said this one best. I loved it. Zig said, see if I can break into my imitation here. Well, a lot of people are living their lives. No, I think I'll stop there. My voice is cracking. Too much fun. But he said, a lot of people are living their lives saying like, when summer rolls around, then I'll have the time. And then they say, oh, you know what? Summer's here. The kids are out of school. He said, I'm just too busy. When the fall rolls around and the kids get back into school, then I'll get started. And then the fall comes and they say, oh man, I'm so busy with the kids and all their homework. And then, you know what? I'll get started in the winter when things slow down. And you can see where this goes. It basically keeps running you through all the seasons of your life and you never get anything done. I mean, I can remember thinking, well, if I just had that computer, then I'd be able to run my business. If I just had that piece of software and that real estate investment course, then I'd be able to succeed in business. And you know what? The truth of the matter is we can do this until the cows come home, right? Because you got what you got and you should make the best with what you got and just go from there. I mean, people drive themselves crazy with this thing. So that's why I call it the OMT paradox. And it's a myth. And if anybody knows what a myth is, it's something that's always been true, but never has been.
I like that. I've never heard that definition before, but it makes sense. So, to also clarify this, I think it might be helpful to describe the opposite of this. When someone is not being held back by the one more thing paradox, this I just need one more piece to the puzzle before I can advance. And that's really kind of the way you think about it. The opposite of that, well, I think of one example is there's a guy named Nate Andre, who's a friend of mine now, but years ago, before we really knew each other, I was working with Steve Cook at Flipping Homes. He and I were partners over there, and Nate wanted to buy Steve Cook's Wholesaling for Quick Cash course. And I don't exactly remember the circumstances of why I ended up interacting with him, but right as he had made his purchase, before he had received the course, he decided, I'm just going to go out and just try this out. And he went out and he just tried to flip a house just based on what he'd learned from the forums, right? He didn't even have the course yet. He knew he wanted to go through the course, right? He knew that was a missing piece, an important piece to his puzzle was getting a proper education on wholesaling houses. But he wasn't going to let not having the FedEx guy show up yet hold him back. So he went out and started slinging mud, and he flipped a house before he ever got the course.